She was 8.5 months pregnant when Amanda Jones left church to meet a man here in this parking lot who she believed to be the father of her unborn child. Ironically, at the same civic center where Amanda had first met Bryan Westfall at an office Christmas party.
And, you know, I gave her a hug and kiss, told her I love her, and she said she'll see us in a couple hours.
Younger sister Carrie says Amanda was excited after Westfall had unexpectedly called her that Sunday morning saying he wanted to see her to discuss the baby. Were you surprised when you heard that Bryan called Amanda and wanted to set up a meeting?
Yeah, I was, because as far as I knew, he wanted nothing to do with the baby.
But Amanda had told her family she thought Westfall might have changed his mind, especially after offering to take her to lunch afterwards at a restaurant with the unfortunate name of Off the Hook.
I said, okay. I said, well, how about I go with you, just in case? She goes, no. I need to do this on my own.
It would be the last time she was ever seen alive.
A couple hours had gone by and she wasn't home. And we all kept calling her, kept calling her cell phone, kept getting voicemail.
Carrie goes to Amanda's home, but she isn't there, and the family starts getting worried.
I knew something was wrong. I just knew it.
Amanda's former sister-in-law, Rhonda Willis, had called her at 1:16 p.m., shortly after she was to have met with Westfall, and was taken aback by Amanda's response.
She answered very abruptly, and it was so abrupt that I didn't really know if I had Amanda or not. And she said, I can't talk right now. And that was really unusual for her because she never, ever had talked to me like that.
Mom Bertha calls Bryan Westfall.
He says, yeah, we met, we went to lunch, and then I dropped her back off at her car at 2 o'clock.
But Bertha says Westfall calls back to admit he and Amanda didn't go to lunch like he'd said.
He says, I met with Amanda. She got upset. She wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry. She used the bathroom, and I left her at 2 o'clock, and she was still on her phone.
He called us about 3 times after the initial phone call, and every time it was a different story.
Finally, family friends check the Civic Center parking lot and find Amanda's car with no Amanda in it.
I went into a panic, crying and screaming, and where's my daughter, what's happened to her?
Amanda's family reports her missing to police, who searched the car to discover her purse and cell phone are not there. Have they been recovered?
No, sir.
But Detective Doc Coombs of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office is quickly convinced Amanda didn't just up and disappear of her own volition.
No, she's not going to abandon that 4-year-old daughter and her parents. No, that's totally out of character.
Bryan Westfall is asked to come to the station for questioning and takes Detective Coombs by surprise when he turns up with an attorney.
To me, it's odd that a person would want to pay for a lawyer when they don't need one. If he thinks he needs a lawyer, that's fine. But to me, he's just a witness, like any other witness.
Westfall tells detectives what he had told Amanda's parents, that he had spoken with Amanda about the baby for about an hour in the Civic Center parking lot. Did he deny that he was the baby's father?
He doubted that he was the baby's father. He questioned that.
And Westfall tells detectives that it was a civil conversation.
They really didn't decide anything or agree on anything at that time, and that's the last time he saw her.
Well, not quite. Westfall had also told detectives and Amanda's parents that he drove through the Civic Center parking lot 3 hours later at around 5 p.m. and saw Amanda still sitting in her car with the cell phone to her ear.
Why would she be sitting on her phone from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock in her car?
And detectives say cell phone tracking records reveal she hadn't made or received a call since that disturbing conversation with her former sister-in-law.
There was no phone activity at that time.
No phone activity?
No, sir.
Has Bryan Westfall been confronted with that inconsistency?
No, sir.
Because Detective Coombs says Westfall's attorney would not allow him to respond.
Saying that he was represented by counsel.
And there is still no evidence. After 11 long years of searching by police, hoping and praying by friends and family, and offers of large rewards.
Investigators don't know exactly what happened to Amanda, but they believe it was something terrible. Do you think she's still alive?
I think it's unlikely.
And all this time, Westfall's attorney has not allowed him to speak with any investigators, including FBI Special Agent Mike Christian, who was assigned to assist with the case when Amanda's disappearance was declared a suspected kidnapping.
Do you want to interview Bryan Westfall?
Eventually, yes. Obviously, what information he has, we are interested in.
So it's something you think will happen eventually?
We will try to make it happen, yes.
Up next, I try to talk to Bryan Westfall myself.
There's Bryan Westfall right there. Bryan, why are you backing up?
If I can catch him.
So tell your son to come here. Just a few minutes of his time.